we had talked about last time, Universal had teased an announcement coming up for likely. They didn't really make it too ambiguous.
Right.
I mean, essentially, I've been talking about for months. I was told this is going to be Fast and Furious from multiple people. It was kind of like the worst known secret Universal had. And then they announced that the replacement coaster for Rip Ride Rocket is going to be Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. So it's the same name that's out in Universal Hollywood, which I will say is a little odd in the naming.
It's not going to be the exact same coaster, right?
Correct. It is completely different coaster because the footprints are completely different.
So that is a little interesting.
Yeah, so essentially they're probably the same story at both coasters, but the one out in Hollywood is built on the side of a hill. And this one obviously is a very narrow footprint it's going to fit into, which I do think as well. Amusement Insider had the guess as to what the coaster track will be. I think they essentially confirmed that is the coaster track, as they talked about this 170-foot spike that is going to be going over City Walk, which is what this coaster had, which would make it the tallest coaster that Universal has at 170 feet. I think it's 170, 180 feet.
Okay.
That's going to do that. And as well, with this announcement, they also said that Supercharged, the often panned and memed ride, is going to be closing in 2027.
Basically, when this new coaster opens, Supercharged is closing.
Yes. They also said this coaster is going to open in 2027,
Right.
which I'm going to stick to my timeline, which I had guessed. I don't have any inside info on this, but I was saying they probably want this open before like Memorial Day of 2027 would be my guess. I don't know that. That's just where I'm going to assume. But
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this announcement? Were you surprised, or what are your thoughts overall?
Well, I'll just say that it's probably a good thing they are, aligning the closing of the one coaster or closing of Supercharged and opening of the new coaster, because if both are open at the same time, it'll be a paradox. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually serious, but it's like, can't have two Fast and Furious attractions open at the same time. No. Am I shocked? No, because like you said, we've been talking about it for a couple months and we kind of knew this was coming.
I mean, you've seen the messages I've gotten.
Yes.
Because many people allude that I'm making things up.
No, he's not making things up. He has his sources, if you will. We kind of just based on other things from even the past couple years where we even knew that Supercharged was also on its way out. That was also something that when I did the focus group, was that in 2023?
I believe so.
I think that was kind of alluded to as well. This was a very panned attraction and people were just not liking it. And they're like, okay, so they're going to do something with that. Which is to think okay, Fast and Furious is a really good IP for Universal, and that they were going to use it somehow in another way. And so this just made sense. Plus they're opening Tokyo Drift. Is it Tokyo Drift or is it Hollywood Drift as well?
It is Hollywood Drift.
So Drift, so it's the exact same name.
Well, there's a movie called Tokyo Drift.
Okay, that's what I'm getting confused.
But this is Hollywood. But Tokyo Drift did
what?
not star Vin Diesel. I think he was at the very end thing. It was the guy that was from Friday Night Lights. That was.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
But you had Han that showed up. Yeah, not that I know all there is to know about Fast and Furious, but
it was
a
prequel or something.
Well, because initially Vin Diesel wasn't going to do sequels because he was a big deal.
That's right.
And he went and did the Triple X movie.
Oh yeah, it wasn't in 2 either.
Yeah, and then I think Vin Diesel realized my career's not going how I thought. Fast and Furious is the best that I have here, so I'm coming back to the franchise. That was a little bit after that.
Got it. Okay. Got it. So
he was like, "Oh no,
anyway.
I don't have movie roles."
Anyway, I'm fine with it. I mean, it's whatever. Great.
Well, I know a lot of people. I've been talking about this for months on the Captain Magic YouTube channel, and most of the people in the comments are like, I hate, why are they doing Fast and Furious? We don't need Fast and Furious, all this stuff. I get it. Listen, I'm not saying I love Fast and Furious, but I've said for the whole time, I understand why Universal would use it because it is a successful movie franchise. It makes a ton of money, a lot of it overseas, and they don't want to get into more third-party licensing deals than they already have or being very selective of that. So you could totally see from corporate being like, we need to use Fast and Furious. Obviously, Supercharged has not been a hit. And it's actually a problem with a growing theme park destination of this attraction is barely 10 years old and there's no demand for it.
Yeah.
So as you get more people coming to Universal, you want attractions that have demand. And obviously, even on busy days, it'd be 15 minutes.
Right.
The average wait time, I think, in 2025 was 18 minutes for this attraction.
I saw that. Yeah.
So
That's pretty low.
And I had been saying, okay, if you look at this as a trade, you're trading Supercharged for this new coaster. And an IP on a roller coaster isn't going to matter as much. I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all, but if it's a great roller coaster, which again, I have no doubt it's going to be, it's an Intamin roller coaster. They have a very good track record with Universal. The IP doesn't make as much of a difference. Plus, the story behind this is likely to be like the one on the West Coast, which is not really about the movie, but the stunt work behind it. Like an homage to the stunt work, the stuntmen and people that work on these movies. So it kind of fits into the overall what originally was Universal Studios as well. With that, you get rid of Supercharged, you put it on here, and then it opens up Supercharged in other areas of the park. So I think it's a pretty good trade if you look at it that way, that they're going to use Fast and Furious. If it's on the roller coaster, it's not going to matter as much.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, not surprised by it. The Supercharged aspect of it is interesting because then you get into like, what are they going to do with this? Because it's in the San Francisco area. It's not a very big area. There's rumors of Back to the Future. But other than that rumor out there, I'm very curious what they do because I think the Simpsons area to me, and we'll talk about it momentarily, that was rumored Pokemon was going to go in there. And apparently it's not going in there now. That to me would be a great place to put Back to the Future in its original home if you're going to use Back to the Future, which I actually think there's a pretty good chance that they do.
They might. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, like I said, we got at least a year and a half-ish to go until all this happens. So
yeah, if I had to guess, I think one of the big, there's been rumors for years. I think they may just expand Diagon Alley to eat into that. That was a rumor they were going to do years ago. And maybe you keep the same ride system and you do like a night bus type of ride.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't see them expanding it, but that's just me.
Well, if you look at it, it's set up, if they keep the same track, the way that is with the screens on the sides, night bus would make a lot of sense. But
okay.
We'll see there. So that's the next piece of what they're going to do with that in 2027. But that is what they announced, and about what I expected. So we'll see. When the official opening date is. Again, Universal typically like a year out is when they make these announcements, which is why I think.
I mean, if we're lucky.
Yeah. So this is why I think spring of 27 could potentially be when that opens. So we will see on that one. But